welcome to season 6, episode 6 of Tight 10 and Titan.
6-6. If we do another few seasons, we'll be up to 666.
Well, absolutely. After 66 seasons. Or if this lasts long enough, we could maybe have 66 episodes in this season.
I think if we manage to make it to 66 episodes, it would mean that we've found a loop in the book. We've just found a way to get right back to the start, which we have done in season 1.
We have done. No, it was in season 2.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
What was season? Oh, okay. Oh, it wasn't the Citadel of Chaos.
The Citadel of Chaz.
Chaz Studley.
The Citadel of Chaz and Dave. When you get killed by the rabbit.
What was that in Alan Partridge in one of the seasons of it? He's pitching his ideas to the man from BBC, and he's like, "What was arm wrestling with Chaz and Dave?" he's like, the guy's like, "No." He's like, "That's a shame. They were really keen on that." What was the other one? Inner City Sumo, and he goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "Well, we just draw a circle in chalk, and people have to force each other out of it because we can make it. The budget would be low. We can make it in a car park." And then what was the other one? Monkey tennis. He doesn't have an explanation for that. Cooking in prison. I fucking love that show. It's so good.
So this is the first episode that as well as streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I'm also streaming on the John Carruthers comedy page rather than my personal John Carruthers page, which means we're probably going to cut down our potential viewers by about.
I was about to ask, did you warn our regulars about that, or did you just?
I did. I posted on my Facebook page. I put links and stuff. So yeah, imagine everyone's kind of going, John said he was going to go live.
The pub's opened. It's like your pub has changed location and didn't tell you. They just wanted to get rid of you.
Did you tell our regulars? Yeah, I managed to convey that over about 3 separate messages.
Yeah, I mean, 3's pushing it. We used to have more. Because it has changed over time.
It has.
I don't know if their schedule changed or if we just got less entertaining, or maybe it's the specific books some people tune in for. I think all of that's wishful thinking.
People like lizard king stuff, so that's why there's been more. I'm sitting on a chair today. I always get hassle from Lucy Orchard, who says that I shouldn't be sitting on the floor all the time. I think she thinks it's bad for my circulation. So I'm sitting on a chair now, and I just look like I'm looming over you.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we can. Is that okay? I don't want to be. I don't want
to lift me, Papa. Lift me, Papa.
Wait a minute, I'll do this. Right, you put your hands here.
Fuck. Lift me, Papa.
You wouldn't believe this. That was a special effect. Chris and I are actually in different cities.
Yeah, we're both in Scotland, and it is quite small. So if we did our stretches, we could probably high five.
So there you go. Yep, we should. Oh no, see, I got that wrong as well. We should do the high five.
We're gonna have to have some sort of countdown. Wait, why are you going? You're going in the way, like as if I'm behind you. Go.
I don't know. I've not had this before, but I just seem to have no spatial awareness.
Yeah. You worried you're gonna slap the wall?
And I just kind of. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, where's that going? It just look where the camera is, right? Look where the camera is, and then go to the side of that.
Like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Even I can't even do a kind of.
I gotta get as far away though as well. This is riveting. This is riveting entertainment.
1, 2, 3. Was there a delay on your side, or
maybe?
1, 2, 3. Actually, I have to say that if you actually did a high five with me in real life, it would probably be that awkward anyway. So we managed to emulate a high five quite successfully there, I think.
I actually can't genuinely remember the last time that someone went for a high five. It's been years.
I do fist bumps now. It feels more COVID friendly, a fist bump.
Yeah. Do you know someone did that the other day to me? And I was just
that was a COVID thing as well.
No, I remember, but I thought it was done now. I thought we got rid of that. When we got rid of the virus, we got rid of that too.
When you get rid of that, yeah, kind of going. Did your friend maybe not have an arm?
No, he definitely had arms.
I'm just wondering if maybe you had noticed all these years that he just basically his arm stopped here, and he's like, "Hey, Chris," trying to still kind of fit in. I'm not saying that people with missing limbs can't fit into society.
No, I think I would have noticed if my pal. I would have noticed if my pal had a flipper all these
I don't know. I think sometimes public decency and that kind of British kind of politeness means that you might have just kind of
refused to acknowledge for
years. Refused to realise, and if he asked you to help tie his shoelaces once and you didn't bother, and he just thinks you're an absolute arsehole, but you just thought that you were being polite.
I think that right now it looks like I've got a plunging neckline.
You do?
On my shirt.
Imagine you got a plunging neckline and a fantastic cleavage.
yeah. It's like that picture. Did I send you that?
Yeah, you did send me that picture.
It's an AI restored a photo of their uncle in like the Second World War, and he restored it with massive tits.
I've got that kind of godlight that we sometimes get in the D&D sessions. I'm going to just point the curtain because that's quite distracting.
You need to move your hand over so it looks like you're holding it, like you're channeling it. No, keep your hand like that, but just get it over. You want it like this.
What if I just like plucked it and threw it at you?
Yeah, I'll catch it in my mouth and blow it the back of my head like Kurt Cobain.
So anyway, and after that awkward semi-sexual comment that made,
I missed that. I was too busy.
I said if I had a pipe for every time you said that, I'll catch it in my mouth.
Yeah, and I'll blow it the back of my head.
So, we're doing Island of the Lizard King. We're in episode 6 of Island of the Lizard King. Our cliffhanger last week, 2 weeks ago. Our cliffhanger 2 weeks ago was.
That's done it.
Is that better? I'm going to put a light on. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have been.
Imagine if you and I kind of switched roles, and I was the one that looked like he was in the witness protection program all the time.
I actually have the lights on today.
Yeah, did you invest in a new lamp?
Yeah, I just changed the bulbs. It's been ages.
Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. So, 2 weeks ago when we were last on. Excuse me. Sorry. 2 weeks ago when we were last on, we had a cliffhanger, which was we're supposed to end in a cliffhanger every week, obviously, by the very nature of the show. But usually the cliffhanger is, will you go to the west or will you go to the east? And it's not quite as exciting. But our cliffhanger a fortnight ago was you were about to engage in combat. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah. I was at a cliff, actually, if I recall.
You possibly were. Yeah, you were at a cliff. You were about to start a fight with a giant lizard.
Yeah, a lizard boy, a scaly boyo. Let me see if I can get myself set up.
Your stamina is pretty much half.
Oh, shit, yeah. I don't quite remember why that is.
Because you keep losing stamina. But your stamina was pretty much where it's at now. And then you used your stamina, you used your potion of strength to bring it back up to its initial level. And then you've got it back down to 8 again. So you've got half stamina. You've only got you've got a skill of 10. It's got a skill of 8. So you've only got an advantage of 2 in this fight. It's got a stamina of 9. So, I mean, this could be it, Chris.
Could be it.
So, I mean, we should start the fight now, because if you do, we'd just be dead air for 50 minutes.
Well, we could start the next book.
We could start the next book if I had it to hand. Yeah. Oh, I
Do you not have the Cthulhu book?
I do have the Cthulhu book. But I will say, I'll tell you, do you know, before we kick in, did I tell you about my mystery beers?
You didn't tell me about your mystery beers.
Didn't tell me about the mystery beers.
Tell me.
I'll tell you about our mystery beers in a minute. I'm just going to show you an exciting new innovation.
Oh?
In regards to the fact that we're now doing this from a comedy page rather than my Facebook page.
Innovate me.
Now.
Hey, Lucy's here. Woo!
Lucy's here. So if Lucy interacts with us on Facebook now, we can see it here, whereas before I used to have to read them out to you.
Incredible.
And people probably didn't believe that these interactions were really happening, and they probably just thought John's got a bunch of imaginary friends. But now, we can prove that in actual fact, people are watching. She's just continuing. She's continuing the test.
Willy
bum.
Let's get some rolls done.
Let's get some rolls done. What are you? Well, I was going to tell you my.
Oh yes, tell me about your beers.
Are you just going to do that?
I'm going to do this till we finish rolling dice because I don't have a face.
It's very. I can't tell you my mystery beer story. I'm not going to tell.
I thought I was. You said. I mean, you talked about innovation. I thought I was being innovative.
You were being innovative. Well, do you know, if you want me to tell your belly the story, my belly doesn't like talking to anybody right now because it's no. I've got a dicky belly right now. It's not been right.
A wee dicky belly.
A wee dicky belly. A bum willy bum. Anyway, sorry, right, I'll tell you my mystery beer story, which is strange. Not that weekend there, but the weekend before, there was a knock at the door. So a knock at the door, and I answered the door, and it was a DPD delivery driver.
Wow.
And
had you ordered anything?
Well, here's where the mystery element of the mystery beers comes in. So he needed to see identification and handed me this parcel. And I was like, all right, okay. It didn't have my name on it. It just had my address. It had my flat number. I had my flat number, and it had the street number. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I don't even know what this is. But anyway, you know, you get a delivery from DPD. You assume that you might have ordered something and you just can't quite remember.
Why would that be?
There was nothing on it that kind of told me what it was. So I was thinking, oh, what's this?
I mean, that's like Christmas.
Well, it said fragile. It said fragile. So I carefully carried it into the kitchen and then realized it was so covered in fragile tape and kind of, you know, the kind of, is it duct tape, the brown tape?
Parcel tape.
Parcel tape, obviously not duct tape. So I basically had to go at it with a knife to open it. And I just basically opened it and just missed part of the contents, which turned out to be 12 cans of beer.
Ooh, you say mystery beer though? What were they?
Mystery beer. It's not mystery beer as in I don't know what the beer is. I know what the beer is. It's dark lager from the brewery round the corner from where I live. It's from the West Brewery.
Oh, very nice.
So I was like, what's this? There's no note inside.
Aye.
There's no note inside.
I don't think I've ever had a dark lager.
Well, I think it's relatively new.
Yeah, just inject it into his beer bottle.
That's why when I got it, I just got the kids to try it.
Yeah. The royal testers.
But so I got this mystery beer, and I'm not drinking right now. I'm off it.
He's off it.
I'm off it. So there's one in the fridge waiting for a time when I'm back on it. But I just thought to myself, I don't know where this beer came from, and then I thought I should probably ask my neighbours just in case they had just got the kind of flat number wrong. So I went to all my neighbours and said, "Is this your beer?" And no. So
really? Nobody said, yeah, that's my beer.
Nobody said. My neighbours. I know East End of Glasgow. and none of them kind of. So I was just like, right, okay, fair enough. Now I was thinking, well, it says my flat number and it says my house number. It must have been for me. So someone must have kind of
Just
gifted
gifted you.
it.
Maybe someone knew you were at it.
Maybe somebody knew, but that would be the worst
Hello,
time to
Liam.
give somebody beer. I was wondering. Yep, Elaine, who did the kilt walk. She did the kilt walk last weekend.
Oh,
So
very nice.
you did, didn't you, Elaine? I've not just made that up. Loads of people did the kilt walk on my kind of Facebook friends list, and I'm sure I saw Elaine post a video about it. And I bet you now she's going to go, I didn't do the kilt walk, but I'm pretty sure she did. Good luck with that, and I hope you did well. I've forgotten already, was it right? So I what do you call it? Yes, I wasn't sure. I was. Phew! Imagine if she said, "I've never done a kilt walk in my life."
Actually, I posted about how much I fucking hate the kilt walk. You clearly weren't paying attention, John.
How much she hate exactly? She said, "I hate the kilt walk and everything that it stands for." And now you're. Oh, this is amazing! This is brilliant! Look at this.
Whoa! Holy
Well
shit!
done.
It's so good that you could put your own personal feelings about the kilt walk aside and actually use it as a force for
walk
good.
in it. Absolutely, just kind of that's fantastic. Well done, fantastic.
Incredible achievement.
I'm amazed, but I don't care about the rest of my story now.
I do.
You do. You want to know about that? Right, so I got these mystery beers, and I was thinking, and then you start to think maybe they got the flat number right, but the address wrong, and I'm starting to go, should I start walking up my street, knocking on random doors? And I was thinking, no, the onus is on them if they've got it wrong. And then I was thinking, I wouldn't have ordered anything from the West, and probably nobody local would have ordered anything from the West because you're paying something like £5 or £6 for something that you can walk around the corner and pick up for free.
Yeah.
So I'm utterly bewildered. I was thinking, surely if somebody had ordered them for me, they might have told me.
It was me. No.
Yeah, that's probably why I've not posted on Facebook, because I've just got loads of, because you know when you've got like loads of kind of comedian friends on Facebook, guaranteed 80% of them would go, oh yeah, that was me. You're welcome, mate. And you'd be like, well, I'm no closer.
That was me. That was me. I knew you were off it. I thought I'd tempt you.
Exactly. That's it. Just so. Aren't you worried someone knows your address? Well, that's the thing as well. That narrows it down again. So whoever did it must know where I live.
I don't even know where you live.
I know where you live, though. Imagine if this was just a purely made-up story so that I could say that threatening phrase.
Yeah, that's something Norbert Donald would do.
I'll have an 18-minute lie just so I could go, Chris, I know where you live.
An 18-minute lie, as if as if like a 20-minute comedy set isn't 20 minutes of lies.
20 minutes of lying. So I'm just going to go 2 minutes of lie designed to make you either look better than you are in real life or worse.
Yep, it's one of the two.
Nobody ever pitches for the actual level that they operate at. And comedy's just going to go, do you know what? They always try to make themselves look really good, or they make themselves look like the absolute lowest of the low.
It's a mark of a narcissist to pitch at your own level, to be like, no, I don't need this tuned up or trashed apart. This is perfect.
We don't know anybody in comedy who's displaced narcissistic.
It's almost part of the application process.
Absolutely.
As if there's an application process.
Unfortunately, there are a couple of kind of narcissistic comedians who do know my address. Right, here we go. But
why would you buy a security system? Then you deny the future possibility of more free beer.
I don't think there was anything. I don't think they were threatening beers. Like if I opened up the package and there was like a dead rabbit in it or something, I would maybe at that point think I'm concerned. But somebody bought me 12 beers.
I mean, dead rabbits It's not that bad. You just skin it and you got yourself some dinner.
Absolutely. But there was nothing. I'm just confused by the fact that somebody would send me beers and I don't know who it is.
Something similar, not perfectly similar, but something kind of similar. Not even yourself? I don't even know where my mum lives.
No, where am I right now?
I'm just in the park. Yeah, no, but at Christmas, well, not Christmas, October or late October, early November, I got a package from Canada, and I don't know anyone in Canada, so I had a look through it. Well, I didn't look through it initially because it was I can't remember the name of the person on it. It was like Zelda or Zoe or something. Really hope they aren't watching because in February I thought I gave it a couple months. You know, it's a Christmas present. It's a Christmas present. No one's claimed it.
Somebody
So
said a puppy in the post.
there was no air balls in it. So
is that supposed to be better?
yeah, well, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell. My flat smells of rotten meat enough. But I got through to February or early March, and I finally decided I would open it, and I now own 6 pairs of socks that are too small for me, one of those spatulas, and here was the most bizarre thing. Right, this is insane to me. There was Scottish shortbread in it. Why is someone in Canada posting for a Christmas present Scottish shortbread to presumably a relative that lives in Scotland? That's fucking insane. That would be like me. Waits for the statute of limitations to end on mail theft. Well, yeah, I gave them time. Like they had a good 4 months to claim it. I just realized I got 5 fingers.
Technically, the statute of limitations on mail theft would have begun the moment he opened it because he hadn't done anything wrong until he opened it. So that's when the tick begins. So he's only telling the story now because.
Yeah, it's been 2 months and no one's came to my door. I've not been clapped in irons. No one's captured me.
2 months for mail theft and kidnapping. That's the statute of limitations right there.
I did have to throw out a lot of cat toys.
Did you have cat toys?
In the parcel, yeah, but I don't own a cat. I'm actually allergic to cats. What do you mean send you? I threw them out ages ago. That's evidence.
I'm just saying you could have sent me cat toys.
Oh right. Oh, you. I could have, yeah. Where is your cat? Usually your cat comes in on stream.
Do you know what? Even my cat's become weary of this stream.
Nigel Havers is already disgusted with me, but that's because of the letters I've sent him.
Saying, can I use your name in a quest, Nigel? And he actually did send that letter to Nigel Havers 7 years ago.
Yeah, I did it.
What happened? Did he finally get the okay on it?
His PR rep and his PA, they take a lot of time to get back to you, and eventually the communication ended. The last thing I said to him was Mungo would be fucking disgusted with you.
I'm going to be disgusted. Anybody that's watching for the first time going, who's Mungo?
No, the socks were definitely not for a child. They were for funnily enough, they have wee cats on them. I have them in the other room.
There's definitely a cat theme.
But
did you eat the shortbread?
Well, of course. No, I didn't actually, because I took one bite of it and I was like, this is a Canadian's version of Scottish shortbread. It's disgusting. Why would someone do this? Like, that would be like me, like making a package up to a friend in Korea and sending them like Korean nongshim noodles. It's like, why would you send me these? I can get it better here.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
like, that's genuine. And it was an old lady because she wrote a couple of letters. I did have a wee look through them.
Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah.
I'm not sure we should be talking about this anymore. Your loyalty.
Let's just hope that Zelda or whoever it is isn't watching.
Did the previous owner of the house, was she found dead and her 4 pet cats had eaten her face?
She wasn't found, no.
and you don't pay any rent. It still comes out of her account.
Yeah, I just hope that she's still got that Canadian money.
And you hear this phantom meowing in the night.
But hey, I did debate with myself a lot. I got it in early November and I didn't open it until March. I think that's fair game. If someone's posted something to you, and presumably they will have texted you and told you that they sent you something, and you spent 5 months not claiming it,
Yep.
that's mine then.
My get out of free jail card in regards to these beers is there was no name on it and it was clearly marked with my address.
It was marked with my address for sure.
What?
It was marked with my address for sure.
Yeah.
This package.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, mine's was non-identified. It didn't have my name on it.
That's true.
Lucy has just said this, and it takes me to the next part of my story.
There might have been. I've destroyed the box now.
I think she meant. Did you mean me or did you mean Chris? I was going to tell the next part of my now 26-minute beer story.
Go on.
Do you know what always amazes me when comedians are working up towards 5? I know this hasn't been like 26 minutes of comedy gold, but do you remember when you were like trying to write your 5 and you're kind of going, oh God, this is going to be a nightmare, and then you're just kind of going, I overran by 15 minutes.
Yeah, I talked about some stuff that incriminated me.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier to do that. It's easier to do that on stage. When you're doing it on a stream that's going to stay online for the rest of time.
That's all right. I'll just make sure to change my name and get a new set of eyes and teeth.
Imagine if Nigel Havers got arrested.
Chris Ashworth is clearly the character. Nigel Havers is.
Ashworth's your character name. Chris Ashworth tonight will be played by Nigel Havers.
You like stealing cats from old ladies? Wait, what? That wasn't.
I got the consignment number from DPD, and this only occurred to me yesterday. So I saw the consignment number from DPD. I went onto the DPD webpage and then typed in the consignment number, and then sure enough, it said it was picked up from the West Brewery, delivered, blah 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 blah. So it said picked up from West Brewery, delivered, attempted delivery on one day, and obviously they didn't get me, which is weird because I was in, so I must have been asleep or something, because I am a firm advocate of daytime napping now. And then
asleep in a sunbeam.
Exactly, that's like a cat.
Yeah.
So that's all. I had no kind of original address. So I actually thought on the back of that, I just decided yesterday to email the West Brewery. So I've emailed the West Brewery and I've said, I get these beers. I checked with all my neighbours because I thought it might have been a mistake, but it was clearly my address.
But by someone who doesn't know your name.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. For someone who doesn't know my name, I'm just wondering if you could tell me who ordered them. And then they came back today and asked me for the date that it was delivered, consignment details, and a couple of other pieces of information that I won't say on because it's my address and stuff. So I gave them all that information, and they've yet to come back to me.
Oh, you can't leave us all just up and dangling like that. You're gonna have to.
Basically, that's tonight's cliffhanger is who sent the mystery beer. I'm hoping that maybe if it was something on my Facebook page, they might actually send my message going, "Oh, that was me, mate." I can't understand why somebody wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, they just send out of the blue. Maybe they just decided to do a random kindness. Maybe they didn't actually pick you. Maybe they picked your address off a map. Possibly,
which is why they didn't know my name. But I'm just, maybe somebody a couple of weeks ago went, John's really struggling for material. We'll give him 30 minutes of his next episode of time.
Yeah.
Here we are. I can't believe.
If anyone else has any methods to extend our dialogues on this show, please. My address is 50.
See the Canadian shortbread that you got, the Scottish shortbread.
Yes.
Is it like whiskey because it came from Canada? It's like got a superfluous E in it somewhere just because they can't legally call it.
I don't know. I just remember taking one bite of it and it was bad. It was just real bad. You pick better things. I mean, no wonder your granddaughter moved to fucking Scotland.
So it was the granddaughter who lived in your house. So it was
Yes.
the old woman lives in. I assumed that they were sending the package to the old woman.
Oh, no. This was the granddaughter must have emigrated or something, or emigrated. Yeah, I don't know. Migrated in any case. And yeah.
And now you don't know where this poor girl is, and she hasn't told her grandmother that she moved house.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things. Over the 5 months, I had a lot of chance to think about this. And also, I will say that on day one, I talked to my Northern Irish friends and said, what should I do with this? And 6 out of 6 people in the group chat said, open it. So your reaction has been very different to the Northern Irish reaction to this.
I'm also wondering, are you paid by the word? Most people have said all of them. You said 6 out of 6 people.
I like to paint a picture. 6 out of 6 is more.
Very
6 out of 6 is more definitive than all of them.
All of them. Everyone in Northern Ireland.
100% of Northern Irish people.
100% of Northern Irish people interviewed said that Chris should eat the biscuits.
No, I wasn't going to eat the biscuits. I had a bite and they were terrible.
Shortbread, that's why it tasted wrong.
Oh, you could be right, because there was a lot of cat shit in there. A lot of cat stuff in there. There's a lot of cat shit in there. Well, to be fair, we do have a lot stricter laws in Northern Ireland than they have over here. Like, for instance, in Northern Ireland, you're not allowed to mail someone a can of deodorant or a lighter.
Or both of them together.
Yes, yeah, but you can't have, no, you can. Can you do batteries? You can do batteries, but there's a lot of things.
Those are not attached to Semtex.
yeah, batteries in a phone strapped to Semtex
with a countdown. Are you allowed to like post clocks? Going...
Yeah, what's that in Fight Club where he's like, "What was my luggage ticking?" He's like, "What? Modern bombs don't tick." It's like if it was vibrating.
It was vibrating. He said 9 times out of 10, it's a travel toothbrush, but there's that one time where it's a dildo.
That's right. Of course, in the event of a dildo, we're not allowed to use we have to use the indefinite article a, never your dildo.
Dildo, not your dildo.
We have found a dildo.
Anyway, we went from Alan Partridge to now quoting Fight Club.
I have remembered something, so let me go on one more tangent, which was a couple of years ago at Christmas.
One more tangent.
One more tangent should be the actual name of our show.
Yeah.
But it was Lemmy, and as a lot of people I'm sure know, and I'm sure Brian Lemond wouldn't mind me saying on the public record that he was or is an alcoholic, and so his partner got him a big case of non-alcoholic Leffe, the beer.
Oh yes.
And he's like, this was my favourite back when I was a thing. I can't believe I didn't even know they made a non-alcoholic version. And he looks at it, it's 5%, and he's like, it's not, it's fucking booze. She's bought me a crate of booze for Christmas. Fucking hell.
I've actually had the non-alcoholic Leffe, and it is nice.
I didn't even know that.
They do non-alcoholic Leffe. She clearly just picked up the wrong box.
Must have done.
They do a non-alcoholic Leffe, and it is very nice.
Now, can you imagine what that previous 30 minutes would be like if I committed to doing it with my stomach? If for the last 30 minutes I was just sitting like talking about scranning shortbread off a lady whose house I'm now in.
My stomach has been talking. If you just hear gurgles and stuff. What was I going to say? I did actually want to say I haven't posted any of these, but people have been writing in the chat. They've just been saying, "Can Chris put his belly back on? It's better than his face."
Yes, well, we're actually about to hit that stage because I assume we're going to start now that we've hit the 35-minute mark.
We've hit the 35-minute mark, and you unfortunately went off on another tangent. But when you're talking about Fight Club, obviously, which takes us to the fight, but now you've talked about Lemmy and Leffe beers, and it's more difficult to bring that back.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about something else and then hope that has something we can link into the fight.
Well, if you drink lots of beer, you might end up in a fight
or flight response.
A fight or flight response, which brings us to The cliffhanger, finally. Imagine if people... I was on one more tangent. apparently Netflix, the kind of concept of Netflix and obviously other streaming services are available, have changed the nature of TV show cliffhangers. Did you read about this?
No.
Apparently what people are doing now is obviously when they throw like 13 episodes or something up on Netflix all together, Netflix analytics have discovered that people don't like ending on cliffhangers, and they've started to notice a trend of people watching an episode or something, and then they watch something like the first 10 minutes of the next episode until it gets to a lull and they stop there.
Really? I had no idea of that.
Apparently some people don't like to end the show on a cliffhanger. So if they are going to stop, they'll just kind of go, oh, well, we'll find out what happens. And then we'll just kind of, when the event starts. So now, people are watching.
Jesus Christ. If they ever put the original Italian Job up on Netflix, people are going to be fucking raging.
Absolutely.
Fucking 60 years later, and we still don't have a conclusion.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm still a fan of the cliffhanger.
No, like a cliffhanger, yeah.
Obviously, if you do it.
That does hit on something else that me and my pal have noticed about. I don't know, this came up at some point in the last 10 years. The need for everybody to be constantly entertained. I've been watching TV, cooking, and then gone to the toilet, pause the TV, take my phone out, watch something on my phone, get up, turn the TV back on when I go into the room. And if I go into the bedroom to do something, I'll stick like music on Spotify while I'm doing that. I can't not have something on at all times.
Yeah, no, I think that's becoming a bit of an issue. And I think it's part of that kind of ADHD style kind of life and I think it's because of kind of easily access stuff like that. There you go. There's a wee peek behind the curtain there. That's just basically us. So there you go. That's what's on my phone. That's how arrogant I am. I'm watching it on a screen.
Yeah.
And watching it here. But
I like how you had to point out to me that it's us, like as if I'm not here too.
Absolutely.
There's us.
But this just harkens back to a time when I couldn't see the Facebook comments on here. So that's the only reason this is up. But now I don't need to do this anymore. But anyway, I think that's just kind of part of the way the world is now, where everyone needs to be constantly kind of stimulated. And I like to think that 38 minutes of listening to us talking about this has become like a natural antidote to a constant need for entertainment.
Yeah, it's just a chance to sit. It's like, remember like when you were a kid and you would sit on a curb and you would just be fucking bored? You get a stick and you just sit there, and eventually someone hits you with a stone, and then that's it. It's on. It's stone fight time.
That's that job done. Yeah, let's go back to those days when people ended up in hospital because somebody threw a brick at them.
Yeah, just to end the numbing emptiness of having nothing to do. I've never done that.
I've never done that.
The best thing you can do is find someone who's really into a book and just tear out the last page. Reminds me of that thing. I must have said this on the stream before, and I say that a lot, but I remember seeing a post of like it was like a sort of the theme of the story was petty revenge, and it was a guy who was doing a job. He was a contractor and he was installing a new air conditioning unit. This is in America. He was installing a new air conditioning unit or something in this family's house, and the whole week, because it took a while, they were just like screaming at him and fucking being really awful to him and arguing really loud, and he couldn't stand them. So right before he left to finish the job, they had a 10,000 piece jigsaw going, and he just took one piece and walked out. It's just like, oh, that bubbles up the evil in me. I love that.
Revenge, no, absolutely. I've now something else coming in my head that's gone now, which might be a good thing. We can maybe go on.
Yeah, let's get stomach back in it. Bell, this is Bell. Meet Bell.
Rolls. Nothing says roll like a stomach.
Exactly. Right, hold on, we need to get good.
Let's not go full Leslie Grantham here.
Get us started.
Get your trousers off.
Get us started, John.
Let's get exactly.
Let's fucking do it.
So anyway, I'll reread where we were at before the cliffhanger.
Please.
The ground underfoot becomes rockier, and the footprints trail you've been following disappears. In the distance, you hear a faint rumbling. Could it be the yawning of an awakening volcano? You hurry on down the gorge, but are stopped in your tracks by the sight of a huge reptile blocking your path. You stare incredulously at the armored beast, which appears some 6 meters in length. It's a giant lizard, and it sees you as a source of food. You must fight
6
it.
meters in length? That's a big fucking lizard.
A giant lizard. So it's got a skill of 8 and a stamina of 9. You've got a skill of 8. You've got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 8. This could be the end, my friend.
I don't think so. I feel good about this one.
I'm getting down on the floor for this, Lucy. I don't care what you say. Getting down on the floor for this. Right, I'm going to roll for the lizard, and you can roll for yourself. Wouldn't it be weird if you did it the other way around?
Yeah, I can roll for the lizard, sure.
You can roll for the lizard. Right. Okay, I got 4 and a 2 plus a 10. Sorry, I'm doing the lizard. 4 and a 2 plus the 8, which is 14.
It's a 5 and a 3.
All right. Okay, so
Sorry.
you.
That's a 5
First
and a 3.
blood to you. First blood to you. So let's have some comments from the audience to keep it exciting.
Yeah. Keep a constant stream of entertaining stuff. If you got jokes or anything, comments, jokes, funny observations, just keep them coming. Exactly. Right, second roll. Oh fuck! Right, that one's cocked. So I'm just gonna move this and not nudge it. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Should set up a barrier. What am I doing?
Well, what did you get? A 2 and a what?
6. 2 and a 6. Let's set up a barrier so it can't go
I got
past
a 4 and a 1, so it's a moot point.
If I get a text, that's a terrible idea. So I've finally buried that wee lassie.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Right, let's go again. That's a 2 and a 2.
I got a 6 and a 1, which is a 7. So that's you've just been, your stamina is now 6, my friend.
Oh dear, this is getting low. Shout you got low. No, come on, right, keep the faith.
Go for it.
That's a 6 and a 3.
I got a 6 and a 3 as well. So
I'm actually picturing Lucy just pissing herself the whole way through this because you haven't taken that comment down.
That's a non-stop. It's a non-stop.
Here's my question, right? Jaffa cakes, are they cakes or are they biscuits? They say they're cakes because they go hard when they're off, but are urinal cakes cakes?
Or are the urinal biscuits?
7.
5, right? Okay. Right, one more hit. You've killed the giant lizard.
Oh yes. See, I told you this was good.
I think Jaffa cakes. I think Jaffa cakes are cakes.
They are cakes.
They are
it
cakes.
Is known. 6 and a 4. That's a brilliant roll. Can't even see that.
4 and a 3. Right, you've killed the lizard.
Of course, I was always gonna.
You've killed the lizard. Your stamina's down to 6.
Wah! And he's back. Do you think if this was real life that Mungo would actually like you boys? Do you know? I think if there's one thing we can take away from our time with Mungo is that he was a very accepting man. He was great at wrestling. I'd have a bite and then I'd realise that they taste like Canadian shortbread and I'd put them away.
Exactly. Because the Scottish people do urinal cakes much better than the Canadians.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? If you want Thai food, you go to a Thai place. If you want urinal cakes, you go to Scotland.
Absolutely. It's pish.
It's absolutely pish. It's pish in the pool to me.
You step round the huge body of the giant lizard and press on down the gorge. At last, the gorge widens out to become a grassy plain, and the hills are soon behind you. Oh. Not far away, some 10 meters to your left, you see a pond where many birds are drinking. Do you wish to drink from the pond, or would you rather continue west?
Does it mean birds like birds? There's loads of these birds. There's loads of birds drinking from this pond. Thought I'd try my luck. Let's drink from the pond. I'm not even going to the audience for this. I'm drinking from the pond.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you want to ask the audience? But we'll go for a drink from the pond.
No, I'm drinking from this pond. We're behind this goal. I'll let the audience decide the next one.
The water in the pool looks cool and refreshing.
Oof.
Although you're a little perturbed at the layer of green algae which floats on the surface. As you bend down to drink, a jet of liquid shoots out the pond towards you from a wide green mouth which suddenly appears in the water. Roll 2 dice.
You know what? I should have listened to Lucy. I presume she wouldn't have drank from the pond, or maybe she would have.
She hasn't said.
Didn't give her the chance, to be fair.
Roll 2 dice.
That's a fuck. That's a 2 and a 2. That's not good. You are dead.
You are dead. Imagine if it just said that.
Yeah, just the big letters.
You duck below the jet of liquid and jump back to draw your sword. You stand ready to dodge the next jet of sticky acid being spat at you by the huge spit toad in the pool. Suddenly it leaps out of the water and attempts to kill you with its spiked teeth.
Jesus.
That was a roll against skill, so the 2 and the 2 were good because it was less than your skill.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to give you too much info. So you're fighting a skill toad with a skill of 5 and a stamina of 6. This is barely even worth kind of mentioning because you get an advantage of 5 on skill.
That's a 6.
Well, I got 6 as well. So you have basically its stamina is down to 4.
Again. Geez, another. Oh, box cars.
Right, okay. Well, its stamina is now down to 2.
Get it right round, G.
5. Right, okay. Kind of. You've killed the spit toad.
Of course. What did I get?
You sheath.
Why didn't it go for the birds? Why is it only going for me and not the birds?
It was designed to lull you into a false sense of security. Anyway, the fact that you asked me that question meant that. There you go. Wait a
minute. Thank you. That's perfect.
The fact that you asked the question about why did it not go for the birds meant that you missed the fact that I fluffed the first sentence. Yeah, I said you sheath your sword, but it came out as you shish.
Sword and you scum in your pond.
I can't do it now. I've just come in. How we laughed and then proceed to do it again. You sheath your sword. And I am available for the reading of audiobooks if anybody's interested in hiring.
I'd listen to that.
Sword.
You she sword.
She shells. Sean Connery. She shells.
Oh, is that my connection or is that your connection?
I can still see you. You're moving. Can you not see me?
I can see you. We're back in the game. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Imagine you should have just let me do that for 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
You sheath your sword and walk over to the edge of the pool. Do you wish to still drink the water, or would you rather just head west?
Well, as Lucy's pointed out, birds of a feather drink scum together. So let's drink that scum.
The water is refreshing to drink. Add 1 stamina point.
Finally, we were rewarded for something.
Finally, you're awarded for doing something that could be construed as slightly dumb. So your stamina's back up to 7.
Yes. It started at 8.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not doing so good.
So while drinking, you notice a wooden casket lying at the bottom of the pool. Do you wish to wade into the pool to reach the casket, or would you rather cut your losses and head west?
That's what I'm leaving up to the audience. Let's see. What do you make of this wooden casket at the bottom of this lake? Guarded
watching?
Guarded by
not just Lucy. Lucy's the only one commenting, but we do have a lot of people watching.
How many viewers do we have at the moment? Pour le moment.
Lucy thought we asked, get in the coffin or Fred West.
Yes.
Head west.
Out of those options, get in the coffin or Fred West. Which do you go for? Rosemary.
So I mean,
Heaven
the
restores
audience has the chance to interact here. Chris is genuinely asking for once because he usually just kind of goes for it. He wishes to wade into the casket, or rather head in a westerly direction. How long do you want?
Up until there's an answer, I will sing the NI answer is open the box. That's correct.
That is
The Ulster answer, let's go for that box. Get it cracked open.
It's just essentially
Get it cracked open. We buried it last week. It's full of guns.
If you wish to wade into the pool.
Do you know, I watched a brilliant play that Spike Milligan wrote called Puckoon.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sure I've mentioned it, but yeah, it's all about the town of Puckoon getting split by the border, and the Catholics in the south side have a friend who's buried in the north, they have I can't remember what way around it is, but someone has arms buried in a coffin in the opposite side, and the other ones just have their pal buried in the opposite side, and so they exhume both graves, and there's a bit where they're like walking past each other, and they just go, "Lovely night for it." It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant play. Anyway, what's in this coffin? Get it cracked open.
Get it cracked open. Knowing that the spit toads never share the watery domain with others, you wade confidently into the pool and pick up the casket.
Suddenly I'm an expert on spit toad lore.
An expert on the spit toad. What is your specialist subject, Mr. Havers? The spit toad.
The spit toad and its habits.
We'll do spit toad mastermind right now. Do spit toads ever share the watery domains with others?
I'm going to have to say no.
Correct. You confidently wade into the pool and you pick up the casket.
Just
back on dry land, you prise the lid off with your sword and tip the contents onto the grass.
Wait, he's not even looking first. He's just like.
Yep. There's a glass. Exactly. There's a glass vial containing a coloured liquid, a velvet pouch, a pair of red leather boots, and a gold ring.
Ooh, well, I'm putting those boots on first right away. Red leather.
Do you want to drink the liquid? Do you want to open the pouch? Do you want to try on the boots, or do you want to put the ring in your finger?
I'm sticking the boots on.
Go on the boots.
That's not even a question. As soon as you said red leather boots, I was like, oh, I'm having those.
The boots fit your feet perfectly. Oh. Just imagine fanning about in a pair of red boots now. For the rest
Nigel Havers is all style.
The boots fit your feet perfectly. You run around in a circle, but nothing good or untoward happens. So you decide to leave them on.
It's just a pair of red leather boots.
Just a pair of red leather.
Do you know what? Best result. That's a best result if ever. You are a pair of boots. No change to stats.
You need to mention that you have them, right?
Yeah. If you don't shoehorn in, no. This is a request from one of the players now. This is a GM request.
Okay.
If you don't shoehorn the fact that I'm wearing red leather boots into every description of every situation and walking, I'm never doing this show again. I put those red leather boots on. They did nothing for me. So all they're going to do is now you're going to talk about them.
I'm just imagine if, like, when you actually face the Lizard King, you find out that he's terrified of both red and leather.
That would be so good. So convenient. I like to imagine that the birds that are drinking the scum out of the pond are like, look at his boots.
I know. Ooh, you actually hear them making cooing noises. You hear the birds beside you making
I wonder who that guy is with those boots on.
Who knew that wearing red leather boots would attract the birds? So now you've got the choices of heading west across the grassy plain, drinking the liquid, opening the pouch, or putting a ring on your finger.
I thought it was like you get a pair of red leather boots. They do nothing. You don't get anything else. Right. Well, okay. Anyone who's watching, particularly Lucy, ring, pouch, or potion?
Ring, pouch, or potion.
That sounds filthy. This sounds like the play menu on a massage house. Do you want the ring, pouch, or potion? Or the red leather boots?
Red leather boots. You don't get the option to take the boots off now. That's just yours for life.
I can't believe that he wrote that. I can't believe that he gave 4 options and was like, "We'll just have one of these options. Be that you have a nice pair of boots now."
These books have always got 400 paragraphs, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's more than one pack, but 400 sections. And maybe he finished the book and he's we've only got 399 sections. And that's one. Well, we need to go back and retrospectively make an hard decision somewhere.
Just add a pair of boots in. But the other thing as well is like, I guarantee somewhere in that book there'll be a bit where it says blah 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 blah. You're in a dungeon filled with lava. There's vultures swooping and circling over the skies, and there are men with sniper rifles posted on the guard towers. Did you get the red leather boots?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, these are boots of lava walking.
the magical bits of lava walking and sniper missing. So yeah, Lucy hasn't come back to us. So it looks like you're on your own, mate. You've got the choice of drinking the liquid, opening
I've got
the
the red leather boots.
I've
got the red leather boots. So the perfect accessory to go with this is the ring.
So you want to put the ring in your finger?
Yeah.
The instant you put the ring in your finger, you feel really dizzy. You try to pull the ring off, but it will not move.
This is the ring of vertigo.
The ring is cursed with a confusion spell. Lose 2 skill points.
So I get boots that do nothing and a ring that makes me drunk.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So now your choices are drink the liquid in the vial, open the pouch, or move on.
Open the pouch.
Lucy was dealing with work stuff, which is somehow more important.
My head's addled because of you. It's not because of you. I was always going for the ring.
What a strange flirtation that was.
What?
My brain's addled because of you.
Yeah. It does sound like the punchline to a really shit pickup line.
This is what Lucy thinks.
Yeah, I'll go pouch as well.
Are you going to end up just going through it all?
I think so. I mean, because we got one neutral, one negative. The other two got to be positive, right?
You open the pouch and you look inside, but you can't see anything. It's totally black inside. You decide to drop a stone into the bag to see what happens. The stone disappears from view, but the pouch does not become any heavier. You've found a pouch of unlimited contents.
But that's a bag of holding. Excuse me. That's called a bag of holding, and it's been D&D.
The pouch enables you to carry large and heavy objects simply by placing them inside. These objects are actually transported to another dimension and will weigh nothing inside your pouch, but can be retrieved at any time. So there you go. 1 luck point, my friend.
I'll have that coffin then.
Your luck's back up to 9. Are you going to put the coffin in?
Yeah, I want my coffin. I'm going to go back, dig up Mungo, and put both his halves into the coffin, and then bury him again. He deserves the proper send off.
And the hope, I just took 1 luck point off you for desecrating a grave. I'm just so used to it being the other way around. Something bad happening to you. So you've got the pouch of unlimited contents too.
And fuck it,
let's go for the matter because you seem to be able to carry everything anyway.
Yeah, they'd never come up. See if the last thing is negative. The person who wrote this is an asshole. I'm going for that vial.
Drinking the vial or heading west across the grassy plain.
The vial.
Well, here we go. So here's where we find out if the author's an arsehole or not. Ian Livingston.
Ian,
you have swallowed the potion of clumsiness. At the beginning of any future combat, there's a possibility you might drop your sword as you unsheath it. Before you start your first attack roll, you have to roll a die, and if you roll 1, you'll drop the sword and automatically lose the first attack round.
There was only one good option in that batch.
Yep.
And a pair of boots.
Oh, you don't know. I think the boots might hold you in good stead.
Yeah, they work. They at the very least they'll serve as an effective barrier between dog shit and my socks.
Yeah,
I can't believe that. Ian Livingston is an arsehole. So in the same batch, I got confused and clumsy. Ian Livingston's an arsehole. I'm just
scribbling notes down.
Ian Livingston's an arsehole.
Do you want to stumble west now, you clumsy bastard?
Yeah, let's go. Clumsy and confused. Clumsiness and confusion. Confusion as well from the ring. So I'm imagining I haven't taken the ring off yet.
You can't take the ring off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The ring's stuck on you.
I'm basically spending the rest of this like on an acid trip, just clumsy, confused.
Absolutely.
Can't remember my address.
Can't remember if you sent me beers. So anyway, this is probably where we're going to have our cliffhanger.
I think so. Yeah.
To your left, so you've decided to head.
Before you read this, and this is a tangent. Do you think we would get more viewers if instead of ending on a cliffhanger, we picked something, read the first two sentences, and then stopped?
Like we kind of do.
Yeah, like people do on Netflix.
Well, we could do that.
Do we want to try that? No, let's not. Let's end on a cliffhanger.
Best end on a cliffhanger. To your left, you see a movement. A small creature is running across the plain. As it approaches, you see that it's a small pig. The thought of roast suckling pig makes your mouth water. Do you have a spear?
No, I've got a pair of boots.
A pair of red boots. Well, it sees your boots.
I can't tell me ass from my elbow.
It sees your boots and slightly started with a colour, so runs away even faster. So you don't have the spear. So I'm just going to move on quickly because you don't have the spear, and that's a rubbish cliffhanger.
You don't have a spear. That's the cliffhanger.
You run after the pig waving your sword in the air, but it's too agile. It scurries off across the plain and it's soon out of view.
I love that wasn't even a choice. It's just like a pig approaches, you're starving.
Exactly. You slow down to walking pace and continue west, still thinking about the succulent roast dinner you might have had.
That's weird. That's the only thing he's written in this book so far that actually makes me feel uncomfortable. And I eat meat. It's not a problem with that. It's just like the way he described that is weird.
This is going to get even weirder now. This can't really end in a cliffhanger either. In the distance, you see rising ground, and beyond the northwest, the ever-daunting shape of the sleeping volcano. It's not long before you reach the bushy bank of a river running slowly southeast. On the far side of the ground is quite steep and tree-covered.
Okay.
Have you read the message in the snuff box?
Yeah, we did. We picked it up, we read it, it warned us about the guards.
Why did I not make a note of that?
We did. It was a wee snuff box. Remember, you asked me about what snuff is, and I told you that I have menthol snuff.
It was about what? What was that about?
So the note said something about go upriver and find the survivors, and then it said beware the lizard man guards. And then we talked about snuff for a good 5 minutes because I was saying that I have snuff in my house and that it's menthol flavored, which is the worst flavor of snuff you can get.
I do remember that, but it said something else.
Don't expect me, John.
Right,
don't expect me to remember everything. Maybe I did take a note. Maybe I did take a note.
I didn't take a note, which is terrible.
Hold on.
This
is Dungeons and Dragons campaign notes. I can't be reading that out, otherwise I'll spoil this stuff.
Which is an absolute pain. But
that's a password.
You're absolutely right. We did go off on a tangent about snuff, so I know.
And I definitely opened the box. Do you think I wouldn't open a box that was put in front of me? I opened the coffin just 10 minutes ago.
It was about a hidden raft?
Yes, that's
Yes.
it.
You start to search amongst the bushes for the hidden raft, and before long you find it. You drag it into the river and climb aboard. The river is not deep, and you're able to push the raft upriver against the light current quite easily with the long pole that you have. So you're on a raft now.
Hey, we've got a raft. But you see in about 3 weeks, I'll find a post-it note sitting somewhere that says "Raft Lizard Man."
So we're getting to cliffhanger point now. I know we're running a wee bit behind now.
Yeah, it's all right.
You've not gone far before you realise that you're not safe even aboard the raft. You see a pair of eyes protruding from the water ahead of you, and suddenly a huge jawline with sharp teeth gapes open. The great horse crocodile slams into your raft, almost knocking you off it. The crocodile thrashes around in the water, its jaws opening and snapping shut in its desperation to bite you. Do you have an iron bar?
No.
You don't.
What? A spear and iron bar? No, I got a lovely pair of red leather boots. You sure it doesn't ask for that?
It doesn't. But it has been ironed up your boots because it's made, it looks like your leather boots actually made from crocodile.
Fuck's sake. Crocodile skin boots.
You get crocodile skin leather boots, and it's kind of, so this is a revenge attack.
This is his child I've got on.
Standing. You're weird as kids.
I'm wearing his kids.
Standing precariously on the rocky raft, you draw your sword, ready to attack the vicious crocodile.
Right, ending on
That's where we're going to end it.
Combat cliffhanger. I would say I have expected you to be like, you're not safe on this raft. This is a cursed raft of kicked to death in the dark.
A cursed raft of getting you cunt kicked in.
Yeah. A cursed raft of glassed by a crocodile.
Who stole my pint? So that's where we're at. That's where we're going to. We've ended that. We've ended a cliffhanger. Next week you'll be fighting a crocodile.
Well, I'll be fighting a crocodile and fucking just. I mean, on the whole, I think we did all right. This one, like, we didn't lose too much, but the fact that Ian Livingston's an arsehole, the fact that we had 4 options, 3 of them either gave me nothing or hurt me, and then one of them's like, you can carry big things now, and then the next 2 interactions it was like, do you have any big things? And I'm like, no, I haven't picked up any of you fucking big things.
I genuinely now hope that you complete this quest, right? I genuinely hope you complete this quest and there's still never a mention of the boots. You're kind of going,
yeah, if that happens, then unless it's like that they're the key, like unless they're the ebony handle and I can't remember what it was, the hammer in the forest one where we had to get a shaft and we had to get a head.
Second one,
that's right, in the Forest of Doom. Unless it's like the red leather boots, the red leather boots of
leather boots are the key to everything.
Of lizards stomping and like the sunglasses of fuck you, and then we combine them and we win.
I genuinely hope that the red bits are the key to the whole thing.
I'll be very disappointed if they aren't, because even the way it described it is like they fit you perfectly. You run around in circles, well, nothing happens. The most scumbag fucking.
Maybe it wasn't the potion or the ring that made you dizzy. Maybe it's the fact you were running in circles.
I was like a toddler dizzy on lemonade. It's just running and running and running.
Guys, this has been tight 10 and time.
This has been one more tangent.
This has been one more tangent. This episode went a little longer than usual because we did 40 minutes on Secret Beer at first.
And robbing exports.
Absolutely. And how rubbish Canadian shortbread is. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be I look terrible. Sorry, another tangent. We'll be back next week and we'll see you then. But before then, This is Chris Ashworth.
This is John Carruthers.
Good night.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.